Alright, Honda, you done it. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. You forced my hand into making this video so that I can share with maybe, what, 200, 300 people how much I have become disappointed with you as a company. You used to be my... Honda used to be my jam. Almost, you know, actually every single bike that I've bought has been from you. Every single bike that I've bought from you had been unique, had been a good bike. But what you've been making lately is pure trash, and I'm gonna hear and talk about it. So Honda has got to be probably the most conservative motorcycle company in the world. You know, if Honda was a color, Honda would be the most unoffensive beige that you can think of. You know, look in the past, you know, where the modern day equivalents of Honda's Super Blackbird. You know, this bike was like a really badass bike for the day. At one point it was the fastest, it was the fastest production motorcycle for a bit. You know, like it was just a badass little bike. Actually, it was a badass big bike. You know, had a good innovative features like the combined braking. You know, then we got the CBR 250RR, the one that Honda made in like 1992, I think was the best one. You know, it was a 4-cylinder, 16-valve, two rotored. You know, the front tire had 2 rotors on it. It was a badass fucking little bike. It could rev up to like 20,000 RPM, made 45 horsepower. If you look at the modern day equivalent, bus! You get out of my way, bus! You get out of my way, bus! BMW, you too. You get out of my way. Alright. Truck, you're okay. You don't need to get out of my way. Anyways, the bike, the old one made 45 horsepower. The new one has the engine straight out of a Honda lawnmower, and I feel like the muffler sounds like it's fresh off of a Honda generator. You know, compared to the bike that made in 1992, the new one is a terrible bike. Completely terrible. Sounds like garbage. No offense, Baby Repsol, if you're watching this. No offense if you have a CBR 250. But like, we should be progressing with cool bikes. We shouldn't be getting like, we shouldn't be going down. Hey, what the fuck is that about, Honda? What are you doing? Wakayama Castle. Yeah, so you're gonna say to me, oh, well, Kansai Rider, it's a different economy, it's a different time. We can't afford to be making bikes like that anymore. But okay, so if that's true, then why is Kawasaki building such a badass H2R? You know, like, you know, I don't know anybody who's gone out to buy that bike, but we're talking about it. We're drooling over it. I've got more respect for Kawasaki now because of it, because I know they're putting R&D into some badass bikes, and I know that's going to trickle down into their production bikes. What has Honda been doing? Honda's just been sitting around with their thumb up their butt since probably around 2008 or so, right? You know, if Honda were a religion, they would be the Mormons. And I'm not talking about the cool orgy having, fuck your 3 wives Mormons. I'm talking about the, you know, the no coffee, no alcohol, don't spoil your dinner, family fun time Mormons. You know, like they're a good bunch of people, but a little conservative, no? Let's look at the CBR. They haven't, like, underneath the plastic, they have made almost 0 changes to the bike since 2008. You know, most of the sport bikes are creeping up on 200 horsepower. Honda's still content with 175 with no bells and whistles on their bikes. You know, if I had a literal bell and whistle for every bell and whistle that was on the 2016 CBR 1000RR, I would have literally 0 bells and whistles, give or take 0 bells and whistles. And that's their top bike. That's their halo bike. You know, well, actually, you're gonna say Kansai Radar, actually their Halo bike is the RCV 213V, I think it's what it's called. I'm not sure what it is. The MotoGP bike that Honda made road legal. You mean the one that costs $186,000 and makes 70 horsepower in the Japanese spec version, makes 100 horsepower in the American spec version? Come on, Honda, you were supposed to make a badass street GP bike, not restrict it, you dumbasses. So let's just, okay, what are you doing, Fuga? Get the Fuga out of my way. So, I mean, let's go through the other bikes, because because if you think it's bad talking about their Halo bikes, you know, their top dogs, wait until we get into the rest of the lineup for Honda. We got, let's see, we got the NC750, which is the bike that's perfect for the guy who wants to ride a scooter, but he doesn't want to look like he's riding a scooter. We've got the CBR 650F, which is the bike for the sport bike rider who would rather talk about miles per gallon than brake horsepower. We've got the CBR 500R, which is the bike that Honda, like, come on Honda, think of a good name for once, you know? Super Blackbird was a badass name. CBR 500R, it's just like Honda is just going to the point where it's like, all right, we got a bike, it's got 300 cc's, all right, CBR 300R. Okay, we got a bike that's got 450 cc. Okay, here we go, CBR 450R. Come on, Honda, think outside of the box for a bit. Think outside of the box. And then let's see, we got the CBR 600R, which is that's a lot of R's. But we got the CBR 600R, which is basically like, this is the safest choice in like mid-range sports bikes. It's like the OSHA manager, may cause cancer in the state of California, calorie counting sport bike. Come on, Honda, let's just push it just a little bit. Just, oh God, Honda, you're driving me crazy. Then we got the 2016 Honda CBR 600R, which the only way that it could be competitive with its competitors is if you took it into a time machine and transported it back to what, 2007, 2008. Anyways, guys, that's my deal. I love you, Honda, but I fucking hate you for making me, you know, like, I feel like Honda is like the designated driver of motorcycle companies. Come on, Honda, stop ordering Shirley Temples, get somebody to be the designated driver for once, and start making me happy with some new bikes coming out. Sorry, Miyu.